Good evening, welcome to Big Sky Gun Guys. Finally, back with our second video here. The subject of my last video was an 8-round Metgar magazine that I purchased from my Rock Island Armory 1911. Since the making of that video, I have since sold that pistol, and I of course sold that magazine with it. Which brings me to the subject of today's video. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing. I have since purchased a new 1911, and it is going to be the subject of today's video. It is a new 1911. It's a Tisas B45 1911, chambered in 45 ACP. This is my Tisas B45 1911. What makes this 1911 different from my Rock Island, you might ask? Well, this one is manufactured in Turkey, and I actually used to live in Turkey when I was a child. My mother, who was an Air Force veteran like myself, was stationed there, so I lived there for a while when I was a kid. Anyway, I thought these were fascinating, and the build quality on these, and we're going to go over some features of this that are kind of similar to higher end 1911s like Kimber's and Springfield Armories. The feature set on this is a little bit upgraded from what was on my Rock Island Armory. So I decided I would sell my Rock Island Armory and my Metgar magazine with it to my buddy Pete, who is one of the Big Sky Gun Guys. He will be featured in future videos, as will that pistol. So you guys will probably see that pistol again in future content. Because we definitely plan on doing more 1911 content on the channel. Here you can see it has a nice discreet logo. It's called the B45 Duty. It says Duty right there. But I really like that it's very plain. It doesn't have its brand billboarded all over it. It's very slim, very professional looking in the design. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and set down the pistol, and we'll set the case aside. So after we've unboxed the pistol, this is my Tisas B45 Duty. It has been safety checked, it is clear, and it will remain in this configuration with the slide lock to the rear where it is mechanically incapable of firing around. As you can see, there's a nice discreet Duty logo on here. I really like the way Tisas was very discreet with their logo. Very professional looking pistol. Also, I want to draw your attention to this dimpled area right here. As we know from being 1911 fans, this takedown lever here is how you take the pistol down. And to see a pistol in this price point, which is really a very budget price point. I'm not going to discuss the actual numbers on this channel because prices of these vary by region. But to have this dimpled takedown lever here really is this is a very high-end feature. It's really not at all common to see a feature like this on a budget-friendly 1911 at all. Also, some of the other things is just the contours of the ambi safety levers, and just the quality and fit and function of the safety. It just, you can tell it's been very, very, very well fit for a gun in this price point. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down. It came with two 8-round mags in the box. These are the mags that were in the box. These are advertised as Metgar magazines, but as you can see, each of these magazines have two distinctly different followers in them. The feed lip geometry is slightly different in this magazine than on this magazine. And this one has a more high-end anti-tilt follower, you know, like you might see on a Kimber magazine or a Wilson Combat. And that's probably going to be the subject of a future video because I'm a big fan of Wilson Combat magazines as well as Metgar. And this plastic follower here is also an anti-tilt follower, but this is more consistent with what you would see in a Metgar magazine, although the shape of it still isn't quite right to be a Metgar. I've never seen one. I'm not saying this isn't a Metgar, but it's not branded
Mech-Gar and most Mech-Gar magazines are. It does say 1911-45 on it, as does this one, in exactly the same place, but there are no other markings on either of the magazines. Other than that, certainly nothing that would indicate that it's a Mech-Gar other than the shape. This is a very Mech-Gar shaped base plate. And again, this would be more close to the follower that you would see in a Mech-Gar marked Mech-Gar magazine. But I have no reason to believe that they're not Mech-Gars, other than that they have some features that are not typically seen on Mech-Gar magazines, in my experience. So anyway, it's going to be interesting to get to the range and see how these work. And we will get into some discussion on this carry gun as well as some of my other carry guns, and then we'll conclude the video. Okay, so just for some final thoughts, I don't only like 1911s. However, the very first handgun I ever owned when I was in the Air Force was a 1911, and I regrettably, I don't have that pistol anymore either. This pistol is kind of reminiscent for me because my first handgun that I ever owned was a 1911. This pistol is my daily carry. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. Nothing really exciting to see about it. You've seen one Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. You've seen them all. There's a million videos about them on the internet. This was my primary carry until recently, and it's kind of my old reliable. I bet you I have 4,000 rounds through this pistol. It's kind of my old reliable, and it's kind of my go-to, and it's a 9mm. This is my latest carry gun. This is the new Smith & Wesson M&P Shield X, and on top of it rides a Holosun 507K and a Streamlight TLR 7 sub. This is probably, thus far, size-wise, probably my favorite carry gun that I've ever owned. And this is currently what my daily carry is. But as much as I love this pistol and love what it brings to the table, this M&P 2.0 with my Cerakoted slide and good old-fashioned iron sights, this is kind of my go-to. This is my old reliable. This coming winter, I have a new wintertime carry gun, which in the past has always been my 1911. I'm excited about this, and we're going to do lots more videos with this pistol as well. This is my M&P 2.0 10mm. And it's got some interesting stuff going on with it, and that will be the subject of a future video. So stay tuned for more videos featuring this. This is going to be my wintertime carry / outdoor gun. And, if I ever take the family up to the mountains, certainly would be nice to have a 10mm on you for protection. Anyway, so I like the old stuff and I like the modern stuff. Coming up in the future, we're going to do some AR videos, we're going to do some AK videos, we're going to do some shotgun videos. We got lots of cool content and ideas on their way. So my buddy Wade from Montana Dirt Roads made a comment on our last video on the subject of truck guns. So we might invite him to the channel and do a video about truck guns. I currently do not have a truck gun. There's a couple of reasons for that, and that can be discussed in a future video as well regarding truck guns. But anyway, as you can tell by the title of the video, we live in Montana. This is Big Sky Country, hence the name of the channel, Big Sky Gun Guys. So I'm pretty sure everybody in this region where this video is being filmed is familiar with the concept of a truck gun. But I currently do not have a firearm that lives in my truck for security reasons. But anyway, that's a subject for another video. Anyway, I guess some final thoughts here. I'm really looking forward to getting this Tisas 1911 out to the range. I do have some holster options for it, so I'll also look forward to carrying it. And I do have some upgrades, although the upgrades to this, since this is a carry gun, I really don't like to heavily modify carry guns, so it's just going to be cosmetic. I purchased some Magpul grip panels for this. I'm kind of a Magpul fan, so eventually, in a future video, this pistol will no longer be in this configuration. You will see it in its final modification with my new Magpul grip panels installed. And I also bought T11 Torx grip screws, because that's kind of the popular thing to do with 1911s these days. So anyway, This is Jeff from Big Sky Gun Guys signing off, and just remember, rights are like privileges. Use them or lose them.